is a fear that turns to horror. The irresistible vampire Lestat, a presence so powerful, it has awakened an ancient evil. Akasha, Queen of the Damned.
She takes pleasure in only one thing: destroying life, human and immortal alike. Let her come.
Come out, wherever you are. I've come to give you the world.
We are the powerful. We should walk fearless in the open.
Lestat has joined with Akasha. He's lost to us now.
Step aside.
Never.
Join me or die.
All she wants is hell on earth.
We must fight Akasha.
Queen of the Damned.
Come out, wherever you are.
What's up, evil ones?
You're
I'm
too
Brett.
damn excited.
Huh?
Why are you so excited?
Because it's Friday night and I finally have vodka after such a bad day.
Well, I'm going to make the official introduction of the real Pumpkinhead. There he is. You got to go on the YouTube to see him. He
He's
will be
awesome.
appearing somewhere in here where you can see him here eventually, but that is what Pumpkinhead should have looked like. He has a upside down pumpkin head, a little bit of green. He's carrying like a stem with another pumpkin in it, which I think he can actually like shoot at people. This is the genuine Pumpkinhead. This Pumpkinhead is a pumpkin.
Yes, he is.
Well, there he is. And he can shoot pumpkins at people. See?
Oh, it's got a pumpkin shooter. Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know how it works. This guy came from the movie trading company. $3 sitting in a pile. And I'm like, I'll buy that. And then the woman's like, well, you get 2 of them for the price of 1. I'm like, okay, I'll take 2 pumpkin heads.
Did they have anything else cool like that?
No, just the pumpkin head.
How many of them did they have?
2.
I
guess they were trying to get rid of him. I don't know. Anyway, that's the story of Pumpkinhead. So it is Christmas season. So I've decorated for Christmas. I got the Grinch. I got a Bumble. I don't know what this guy's called. The mayor of Halloween Town, I guess. And we got the light up ball dude. And that's
Frosty.
Might be. That's the extent of my Christmas decorations. And I got right over here. You can't see him off camera. Sandy Claus. It's the pumpkin. What's the dude from the Nightmare Before Christmas?
Jack Skellington.
Yeah, he's dressed up like a Sandy Claus. That's the extent of my Halloween decorations. And I got Halloween hats on Michael Myers, Jason, Sammy, and even Yoda. So that's my Halloween decorations. I don't think we're going to do much for Halloween on the show this year either. I'm going to do the midweek about Sabotage, and I don't know what else you got planned. You're the host, not me.
Well, we got we
Not
did
me.
a little thing for
Excuse me.
James Barnes, Jimbo, for Tragedy of Cinema, his Christmas thing he does.
I don't even remember doing that.
I don't either. But
I'm being honest.
I'm being honest too.
I hope we didn't cuss.
I don't think we did. I vaguely remember doing it, but
I think it was a movie I didn't like and act like I liked it because I didn't want to be negative on a Christmas show.
yeah.
What else are we doing for Christmas?
That's about it.
Well, I'm
Well-
going to introduce a movie tonight that's a Christmas
well,
movie.
Well, we
What?
did do a Christmas show
Right, yeah,
last week.
we did.
We were at Moxley Manor, and Bubba returns.
Oh, that's big news right there. We should do an entire episode on
Bubba's
that.
got a new bag. Here's a new Bubba mask right here.
It is. Thanks to the generosity of Richard and Rachel.
Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, or a tooth for an eye, or a
Bubba got teeth all over him.
yeah. Thanks,
Yeah,
Richard.
so I committed to being the Krampus, however you
Krampus
say it.
Carl.
At the don't call me that or I'll call you bad names. And Brett's like, I want to go. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do? I don't know. I said, well, text Richard. So you were drunk that night. I was not. I texted him about 9:30. Said he's sitting at the house.
You weren't yet.
He said he was sitting at the house and watching his movie, and he's like, told Rachel, said, look, Brett's wanting to come up there. And nobody knew what you were going to do. So you just showed up, and I'm like, why don't you act? And you're like, well, I guess I could work the underwear Bubba room. And lo and behold, Bubba returned with a new mask.
It wasn't the same though without the whole costume.
Yeah, he didn't bring his costume because he thought he's just going to walk around up front. You did not. You had to work a room, and I got to walk around up front as the Krampus.
Yeah, that was cool, man. You did a good job.
It was fun.
Sure. And I lost my voice. My voice is still a little fucked up from it, from doing the Bubba voice.
What'd people say when they saw you?
Fuck, they didn't know what to think. I think we had about probably the same amount of people come through that Saturday night as we did our haunt in the one night. We didn't have many people come through.
It was really bad weather. It was raining and really cold.
Bad. It was cold. It was just shitty outside.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to stand in line. But
it was a really bad night.
Yeah, the people that did come through though, they had a good time.
They did.
For sure.
Oh, that night I went up to the dark hour. What was that, 2 weekends ago?
I think so, yeah.
They weren't crowded at all either.
Really?
They created a crowd. They did the old make everybody stand in line for 30 minutes until you go in and send in, 2 people or groups at a time, which I do enjoy. I would rather go through,
Well, they got entertainment and stuff there.
They had nothing going on. They were just at a blank stage. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're skimping. They were playing like videos of people going through the haunt.
Really?
So, but they created a line. They actually made people stand. But then there you're inside, so even if the weather's bad. But yeah, that dark hour was not crowded at all.
They got the best queue line, man, for sure.
But that was I don't think these Christmas haunts are. I think COVID hurt them a lot. I think people are kind of got out of practice.
Yeah. And plus, we had shitty weather for sure.
But do remember the night scare before Christmas was the original at Moxley Manor.
Yep.
It came before anybody else.
Richard did start doing that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. It's the original and often duplicated, but never replicated.
Well, he really started with the off-season, all the off-season stuff,
I do believe so.
Yep.
Well, he said if it's not 13 degrees and raining on Friday the 13th in January, we're going to get together again.
Yes, that'll be fun too.
So is Bubba coming back?
Bubba will come back for as long as I ain't got it. As long as my limit's 3 hours.
Well, you need to wear your goddamn.
And I got to take muscle relaxers.
And you got to wear your damn.
I'll wear the Bubba suit this time.
Got to.
Sure. Yeah, for
you
sure.
Need your shovel.
Yeah,
you don't look right without your shovel.
That don't fit with the
Underwears.
riches though.
There's a picture of us on Facebook somewhere with me and you in the drawer room, and
With the britches.
yeah.
Yeah, we had fun, man. That
At
was
least you got a washing machine in there now.
yeah, and I sat on it and I fucking bent the fuck out of it.
That thing got beat to death the first year we had it.
Well, it's fucked. Dude, that thing's been in there forever, dude. I used to hide behind it back when I first started.
It got beat to death the first year.
Before it was even the Bubba room.
Well, before it wasn't beat on before, but when they moved it to the new side of Moxley, one of those kids started pounding on it, and they literally destroyed it that year.
Yeah, it's caved in and all that. It looks cool like that though.
It does. It's a good prop.
It's still not the Bubba room that I had though.
Well, yours was a hillbilly room, and it didn't really fit the theme of Moxley.
The hillbilly room?
Not really.
Oh,
You had a beaver fucking in the middle of the road. We
didn't
gotta
find the
find your beaver.
We didn't find him either.
We didn't look for him, really.
No, not really.
When we go up there and build, we're gonna find your beaver, and we're gonna hang that thing up in the underwear room.
Yeah, we need to find the beaver.
Well, shit, we've already wasted half the show. I was wanting to do a Christmas movie tonight.
We're not doing no Christmas movie.
Yeah, we are. It's called Queen of the Damned.
Oh, that's a Christmas movie?
This is a Christmas movie, and this is what I want to do this week. What do you think of that?
All right, we can do
See,
that.
up there's the queen, and she is a Christmas queen.
Is that the Blu-ray?
This is yeah, even though it's in a red box.
Oh,
I guess blood red box.
Blood red.
Yeah.
When did that come out on Blu-ray?
A long time ago.
Long time ago.
Interview of the Vampire came out on 4K recently, but they didn't put Queen of the Damned on 4K.
Not yet.
Probably not gonna. It's not that popular of a movie.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
It got a lot of critical shame, especially from Anne Rice herself.
Yeah.
So what you think? You want to do? Let's do Queen of the Damned.
All right, Queen of the Damned, 2002 vampire film.
Christmas vampire film.
Christmas vampire film.
Because it's in a red Christmas box. See, if you're not on YouTube, you miss out on a lot of fun shit. Like the Grinch.
Uh-oh, gunshots.
Oh, it's Riverside. We always have gunshots.
That was close though, man.
Oh, fuck. They ain't just playing around, man. You don't ever hear nobody killed over here. Except for
All right.
when they shot up Dino's that time, but that's a different story.
Queen of the Damned from 2002. It's loosely based on the third novel of Anne Rice's The Vampire Chronicles series.
Even though it's named after the second novel.
Yep.
Well, no, it's named after the third, but
third one.
It's mostly based on the second novel.
Yep, exactly.
So it's sort of a mishmash, and we'll get into that in a minute.
Yep. All right, it was directed by Michael Reimer. Yeah, Michael Reimer.
I don't even know what hell he's directed else.
He done mostly a bunch of TV stuff like over in Australia and stuff. And he did the new Battlestar Galactica series.
Gotcha.
Screenplay by Scott Abbott, Michael Petroni. Like I said, it was based on the Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. Produced by George Saralegui. Cinematography by Ian Baker. Edited by Dan Cooper. Music by Richard Gibbs and Jonathan Davis of Korn.
Yes, it was.
And we'll get into the soundtrack a little bit later here. Production companies, Village Roadshow Pictures and NPV Entertainment Material Productions. Distributed by Warner Brother Pictures. It was filmed in early
Australia.
Yeah, Australia. A lot of it was in Australia, but it was filmed in early spring and summer of 2021, and it was released February 22nd, 2002 in the United States, and April 4th, 2002 in Australia. Has a running time of 101 minutes. And actually, it seems longer than that, don't you think?
It does seem longer. It does.
Countries of origin, United States and Australia. Languages in English. Budget. This is fucked up, dude. 35 million for the budget. Take a wild guess at how much it made at the box office.
45 million.
Yes, they only brought in $10 million, man. They didn't even make their fucking money back.
No.
Yeah. All right. You want to go over the plot, Carl?
Well,
Not
let's
the
go into the
hypnosis?
whole backstory before we go into the plot.
Okay.
So, whatever year Interview with the Vampire came out, which starred Tom Cruise as Lestat, the main vampire, and Brad Pitt as Louis, and it's based on the novel Interview with a Vampire. A lot of people didn't think Tom Cruise did a very good job as Lestat. I'm one of them. I thought Brad Pitt was awesome in his role, but Brad Pitt is a good actor no matter what he does.
Yeah.
So a lot of people weren't happy with Interview with the Vampire. They said it didn't portray the novel well, and it was a hit. It was a big hit. But irregardless of what the critics or what the people said, it was a big movie. Anne Rice was pretty pleased with it. I heard her criticize Tom Cruise some and then talk good about him some. It was then, eh. But anyway, Warner Brothers had the rights to do the first 3 books, which would have been Interview with the Vampire, The Vampire Lestat, and Queen of the Damned. So I guess, Tom Cruise probably was like, I ain't doing another one of these. And Warner Brothers was about to lose the rights to the franchise. Also, The Witch. What are the witch books Anne Rice wrote called? The Mayfield Witches?
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, the Warner Brothers was going to lose the rights unless they put something out by a certain date. And Anne Rice was like, well, there's no way they're going to put a movie out. That means the rights come back to me. And then I want to try to redo everything and do it
right.
Yeah. So out of nowhere, Warner Brothers decide they're going to film Queen of the Damned. But, well, actually they were going to do the Vampire Lestat, but they thought there wasn't a whole lot in there they could have make into a movie.
A whole movie,
These dummies decided they're going to do the Vampire Lestat and merge it into the Queen of the Damned. So you're taking 2 thick novels and cramming into one
movie.
How long was the movie? Over
101 minutes.
So it's not even a 2-hour movie.
Nope.
So that's the backstory. Now, again, Tom Cruise did not return as Lestat.
Nope. Thank God.
Did you go over the cast?
Not yet.
Okay, well, we'll do that in a second. But anyway, so this sort of came out of nowhere in a way. And there's nobody from the original movie. New Lestat, who honestly, he did a great job in my opinion.
I love his version of it.
He's not bleach blonde like Lestat was portrayed in the novel with blue eyes. So a lot of people didn't like that. But anyway, so that's a little bit of the backstory of how this movie got made. It was basically put out so Warner Brothers could retain the rights and keep them from Anne Rice. So that gave a lot of people sour feeling about the movie before it ever came out.
And I guess she actually begged them not to do it the way they did it.
I believe you're right. She did not want the 2 novels merged together.
Nope. She wanted 2 separate movies. And they said, fuck you. more or less.
They did,
We
yeah.
got the rights for it. They really treated her like shit about it.
Well, and the first movie was called, Interview of the Vampire Chronicles.
Yeah.
Now, Queen of the Damned is not called the Vampire Chronicles.
No.
Is it a sequel? I think it is. Because
Yeah.
Louis went to sleep and woke up about the time this movie would have been. So I'm going to assume it's the same character from the original movie. It's just played by a different actor. Stuart Townsend.
You mean Lestat?
Lestat. What did I say, Louis?
Louis, yeah.
Yeah.
Louis
I often thought the first
Louis
time I
wasn't
watched
even in this movie.
No, but the first time I watched it, there's this one character that's running around with the ancient vampires. I thought that was Louis. When I first saw the movie, I'm like, hey, look, that's Louis. And they're like, what? Like, yeah, they must not have got Brad Pitt, so they got that dude. So I thought it was Louis, but it's not.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, they switched. So I'm guessing this is the same Lestat from Interview of the Vampire. I don't really know.
Played by a different actor.
By Stuart Townsend. But
Yeah.
I really don't know. It could be a standalone movie, I guess, as well.
Yeah. Well, since
you want to do the plot or go over the cast first?
We'll do the plot and then I'll go over the cast since you've already started the cast.
Okay, so the vampire Lestat went to sleep, I guess, after Interview of the Vampire. He'd lost his novel, which would have been from the first movie. He went to sleep. Somebody stole his novel, and I guess he hears in his old house there's this new metal, I guess, band playing, and it wakes him up. And he's like, what a wonderful sound. So he goes and tracks down the band. Now, I watched this again last night for this is by the 150th time I've seen the movie. I watch it frequently.
Me too.
And I can't figure out, did they have a singer and Lestat just took the singer's job, or was the bass player the singer?
I don't know. They don't really show nobody singing.
I know, and it bothers me.
Yeah.
It bothered me last night.
I was sort of thinking the same thing.
See, we look into these movies unlike other people. Sorry, I'm moving ice around here. This has been a shitty week, and for Brett especially.
Yeah, and
so we are drinking.
I think I'm going to need another.
Does that surprise? And no, I am not an alcoholic. I only drink on the show now.
Me too.
And I don't even do that every week, but tonight I drink. We're sponsored by Absolute Mango.
And on that note,
Mandarin.
I need to make a drink. All right, we're back.
Guess what? We didn't pay our bills, so now we have to take breaks every 20 minutes again.
I'm on the orange now, so.
No, we paid our bills. Brett had to see. Whoa, shit! Everything's falling. I'm prepared as a podcast person. I got ice here. I got vodka there, and I actually got crazy water in the floor, so I can make my drink as I go. Brett has to stop the show and interfere with everything to go make a drink.
I'm sorry.
See, this is what I got to deal with.
I brought my vodka out here now that I'm drinking the orange.
God damn, you got a big bottle of that.
It's a big bottle, ain't it? Go ahead and
goat head.
That's it, right there.
Well, you
big bottle.
You're fucking me up,
Not
man.
the little bottle.
You're fucking me up. I was doing the show.
All right, where are we at now? We're on the plot.
I have no idea.
You're talking about Lestat.
Yeah, I don't know what I was saying.
We were going over the plot.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out if this band had a singer, or if Lestat just stole the band or what. But either way, Lestat takes over this new metal band, I guess, for lack of better words. I believe in the novel it's supposed to be an 80s glam rock band. I don't know. It's sort of a gothy band, but he decides to record and go around saying he's a vampire. So he starts making a lot of the vampires mad. That would have pissed Count Karabi off too.
Yep.
Because this dude's up here saying, I'm a vampire.
And stuff. giving out secrets and
giving out secret codes in the songs. And I guess there's a group of vampire hunters that are watching this. And this redheaded girl that's very pretty, I might say, is like a part of the group. And one of the members is like, look, I got Lestet's novel. He's really a vampire. And there we go.
They're like a paranormal group, aren't they?
Paranormal group or watchers.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they had Lestet's novel, and so he tells her that Lestet's for real, and then she starts researching, and there's plot of the movie.
Yeah.
The research redheaded girl is trying to find out what's up with Lestat and why he's a vampire. And she reads his novel and gets a little bit of back history, which sort of predates Interview with the Vampire.
Yep. And she just wants to keep finding more and more about him and see if he's actually real, more or less.
So that's sort of where the movie goes. What this has to do with the Queen of the Damned? Not a whole lot. They sort of waste her in the movie.
Yeah.
She's barely in it.
Yeah. We'll get into that too.
We'll get into that in a minute, but that's sort of the plot. So we have Lestat, the vampire from Interview with the Vampire, played now by Stuart Townsend, who does a way better job than Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Is a rock star going around claiming to be a vampire and giving away secrets in his songs and getting ready for the big concert event of a lifetime. I guess the band was called the Vampire Lestat. I have no idea.
That's what
I need to read the novel. I hadn't read that.
I think
novel.
that was the backdrop, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. I have not read the novels since the 90s, probably, and I don't remember a lot about them. I don't even think I read all of Queen of the Damned. It was very boring to me. Anne Rice's writing is hard to read.
Okay. All right, let's go to the cast.
Let's do the cast. We should have done that first, but we'll do it now.
All righty. We got Aliyah. Is that how you say it? Aliyah. Aliyah as Akasha.
I'm sure we're still saying it wrong. We're going to get slammed by people.
Yeah.
Akasha,
the Vampire Queen.
She was married to R. Kelly when she was 14 years old. No shit.
I don't know, but she
was.
Did he pee on her?
He was married to her, man. He legally married her when she was 14 or 15.
Really? Wow. That's crazy. All right, then we got Stuart Townsend, like you have said many times, as Lestat.
Yes, and I thought he was excellent in it. And I don't know why that guy didn't become a bigger actor, because I thought he was damn good.
Yeah, he's a really good-looking guy, too.
Good physique. He kind of looked like a wrestler, actually.
Matthew LaSalle as Lestat's violinist double.
Okay.
Whoever the hell that is.
Fuck, I don't know why that's even mentioned in the cast.
And then we got Marguerite Moreau as Jessie, the redheaded girl that you like.
Yeah, I did like her. I did.
And Rachel Tanner was the young Jessie when she was a little girl.
Yeah. I guess she was like, not giving away the plot, but like raised by vampires or some crap.
Yeah. Paul McGann is David Talbot, and he was like the
Watcher.
The other guy in the paranormal group. Lena Olin is Maharet, and that was not really Jessie's mother, but like
her vampire mother.
Christian Manon as Mael.
I think that's the guy who I thought was Louis.
Claudia Black as Pandora. Vincent Perez as Marius.
And he played in the Crow City of Angels, replacing the late Brandon Lee.
Yep.
And I'm the only person in the world that likes that movie, I do believe. But I do.
The Crow 2.
Yeah. And I thought Vincent Perez is a pretty cool actor as well. He was great in this.
Yeah, he was. He did a good job.
Better than Antonio Banderas. God, that guy overacted in the first movie.
And the hair.
Yeah.
The hair was too perfect.
So is mine. What are you talking about?
Mr. Perfect hair.
Me or Antonio Banderas?
All right, we're now known to be called Antonio.
I thought I was the Crumpus.
And Antonio Crumpus Todd.
Yeah, fuck you.
All right, we got Bruce Spence as Cayman. Matthew Newton as Armand.
Now that was the Antonio Banderas role.
The
So
Armand.
he's also recast.
Yep.
And probably miscast, but that's who knows.
And Pia Miranda as Jesse's roommate.
I didn't know she had a roommate.
Yes, she did.
Did you know Jonathan Davis is in the movie?
Yes, he is. He plays the ticket scalper.
Yep.
And,
I could have swore I saw Marilyn Manson in the movie too.
And that was all ad-libbed. That wasn't
I
written.
swear Marilyn Manson's in the movie. I saw him.
Really?
I can't find no proof of it.
I can't either.
He's standing there. Either that or some dude that looks like Marilyn Manson.
Well, where they're standing where he's trying to sell the tickets, it looks like they're standing in front of the Coliseum in Los Angeles.
I don't know.
That's what it looks like they're standing, because I've stood there before to get into a concert.
Well, it looked like Marilyn Manson was part of the people standing, but I can't find anything that says this. It does say several real-life musicians appear in the movie. But fuck, I think it's Marilyn Manson. So I'm just going to make it official. Marilyn Manson's in this movie.
All right.
Yeah. And Jonathan
Davis.
Jonathan Davis from Korn, who did all the music. He's got a pretty good cameo. He has a speaking role. And like you said, it was all ad-libbed.
Yep. It was all ad-libbed, and the director liked it, so he just kept it in the film. All right, you want to go over the soundtrack, Carl?
We can. So the soundtrack was written by Jonathan Davis of Korn. I know we keep saying that. I'm sure people know who Jonathan Davis is. If you don't, he's the singer of Korn. So he wrote this soundtrack. But Sony, whatever label he was on, said, well, you can do the movie, but you can't do the soundtrack. It's against our against our whatevers. So
he couldn't do the vocals.
He could not do the vocals
for the soundtrack.
Exactly. But he did the vocals for the movie.
For the movie, in the movie, he was
not
singing
the soundtrack.
Not the soundtrack.
Which is confusing as all fuck up.
Yeah, it is.
Or get up. I think
because a lot of the singing on the soundtrack sounds a lot like, except for David Draymond from Disturbed.
Why is that song even on there?
I don't know. That song was in a lot of movies back.
I think it was in about every movie that came out in that time frame.
I know it was in Dawn of the Dead remake. But anyway.
Okay, I got to cheat for the soundtrack because I don't know it by heart. The first song was Not Meant for Me, which was written by Jonathan Davis and Richard Gibbs, who co-wrote most of the songs, and was performed by Wayne Static.
On the soundtrack.
On the soundtrack.
Yep.
Now, the Blu-ray actually has music videos, like it would have been on MTV, and they're sung by Jonathan Davis.
Yep.
Those are not available anywhere to this day to download. I'm sure some motherfuckers probably dubbed them off the Blu-ray. And
There
put
is
them
one
on.
song that I'll get into later.
I do know that one song because I actually downloaded it about 2 or 3 years ago off of Apple Music. But there's several of them on the Blu-ray that are music video. And like I said, I'm sure somebody's dubbed them off and put them on YouTube. The second song is called Forsaken. And that's the dude from Disturbed.
David
never remember.
Draymond.
Yeah, I can never remember his name.
Yeah. Love that
Excuse me.
song, though.
It's a good song.
Yes, it is.
System, which again, these were all written Jonathan Davis and Richard Gibbs. And Chester Bennington, I think he's the dead one from Linkin Park.
Yep. Yep.
Well, it was either rapper or the singer. One of them's dead.
He was the singer.
He passed away.
Hung himself or whatever.
Yeah, that was sad. I
Yeah.
like Linkin Park.
Yeah.
I actually was into new metal for a bit.
So was I. I actually had bought this soundtrack
No, I did too.
on CD.
Me too.
I don't know what the hell happened to it, but
Mine's in the corner here, and it's on Apple Music. Track 4 is Change in the House of Flies.
by the
Written by the
Deftones.
Deftones and performed by the Deftones.
Love this song. Love
That
that.
is the best song on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is written for the movie or if it was already written by the Deftones because it's actually on one of their albums.
Yeah, it's on White Pony, which
White Pony.
there ain't a bad song on that fucking whole album, dude. I love that album. I ain't listened to it in a while. I'm going to have to go back and listen to that.
It's on Apple Music.
I might do a midweek on that.
You could.
So yeah,
track
love the
5 is,
Deftones.
What?
Love the Deftones.
You're fucking me up, man.
Love the Deftones.
Fuck you. Track 5 is Redeemer. And it was performed by Marilyn Manson, who I swear to God I saw in the movie. But he sounds just like Jonathan Davis on that song.
Yes,
I didn't
it
even know
does.
it was Marilyn Manson.
I know. Well, so does Wayne Static on.
They do it on
Not
purpose.
Meant to Me.
Now, for some unknown reason, track 6 is Dead Cell by Papa Roach.
Never.
I don't even think that song's in the movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It shouldn't have been. I don't like Papa
when
Roach.
he's selling the tickets,
Okay.
that's when they're playing that song.
Well, track 7 is Penetrate by Godhead.
Don't really remember them people.
I don't know who the fuck Godhead is.
Don't know either.
So track 8 is another song from the movie called Slept So Long. Again, Jonathan Davis and Richard Gibbs. And this one's sung by Jay Gordon of Orgy. Good song.
Yeah, it is.
I liked Orgy back in the day too.
I like Jonathan Davis's singing on it better though.
Definitely. So once again, track 9, I guess this has just got to be a who's who of early 2000s new metal.
Yeah.
We got Down with the Sickness from Disturbed. And again, I don't know why that's on the soundtrack, but I guess you had to have Papa Roach Disturbed on every soundtrack that came out in that day and age.
Yeah.
Track 10 is called Cold, and it is performed by Static X.
Awesome song.
It is.
Love that song. Probably one of the best Static X songs ever.
Oh, wow. That's some praise.
Yeah, I love
Track
that
11
song.
was Headstrong by the band Earshot.
And they sound like fucking Tool.
Yeah, a little bit.
A lot like Tool.
Track 12 was Body Crumbles by a band called Dry Cell, who I've never heard of.
Me neither.
I don't think I've ever listened to the last end of this album much.
No.
I like the songs from the movie better.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Well, these were in the
vampire
movie.
songs.
These were in the movie that just it
Yeah,
was
but they weren't the songs that was
snippets though,
sung.
you know. Just
Track
very
13
short scenes.
was called Excess by a band called Tricky, but it featured Alanis Morissette, who
Yeah.
was popular several years before that.
Yep. And then
The last track, 14, is called Before I'm Dead. Performed by the Kidney Thieves. Who in the hell are the Kidney Thieves?
I don't know, but I love that girl's voice, dude. That's a song when they're. I love metal chicks, dude. I just gotta say.
Now you said you want to talk about the other song because it's actually one that Jonathan Davis performed on, and it's actually available.
Yep. I actually listened to it today, and it's a really good song.
Well, tell the audience about it.
It's called Careless, and it's Akasha's Lament. And it was omitted from the original soundtrack album, but Jonathan Davis released it as a downloadable digital form via Amazon and iTunes in 2007.
And it's still available.
And it's also on the Korn live album, Alone I Play.
Okay. I didn't even know Korn had a live album.
I didn't either. Not a big Korn fan anymore.
Well, I've told you my Korn story. They were opening for Ozzy at Reunion Arena, and me and, of course, Video Bob was there, and we're like, what the fuck's Korn? And we heard that boom, boom bass, and we're like, you know what? Fuck this shit. And we walked around Reunion Arena instead of watching Korn. So we skipped Korn. And I sort of regretted it after the fact because, they're not a bad band, but they've never been my favorite band.
Well, I seen Korn before they were Korn.
What were they then?
They were called LAPD. And they played in this little cafe, and they had that probably only held this cafe only had probably 4 tables in it.
Okay.
And a stage. And then it was the street. The stage, 4 tables, and then the street.
The street.
And I think it was in San Bernardino, California. And they had all these TV screens, probably 20 old analog TVs that they drug in and set up on the back of the drum riser for their backdrop. And I don't know how many VCRs or whatever they had looped together to do this, but it was showing all kinds of weird shit, like the Rodney King beating and all that. This was back then when that shit was going on.
Okay.
And their name was LAPD at the time.
Never heard that story before.
Yeah. And yeah, it was strange, man.
Yeah, I never just was a big Korn was, kind of after my time as far as being I got into Linkin Park and some of them bands, but Korn was just a little weird for me. Now I sort of like Korn looking back, and actually Jonathan Davis's solo albums are really good.
Yeah, they are.
But he did a great job with the music.
Mm-hmm.
That he did.
Yes,
Now,
he did.
the songs that were actually in the movie are on the Blu-ray as music videos. So you actually get to hear Jonathan Davis sing them on the Blu-ray. And like I said, I'm sure they've been burned to YouTube and you would find them. There's 5 of them, and I'm not going to repeat them. Excuse me. Belching up dinner. So that's our soundtrack.
Belching up that steak.
Actually, it was sausage.
Sausage.
I had a weird dinner. I had chili instead of salad, brow chips, which are like fresh fried potato chips, and then I had macaroni and cheese and sausage.
Oh, you went to that German restaurant, didn't you?
Yeah.
Is that pretty authentic?
No, it's really just a steakhouse.
Okay. They got good steaks?
They're okay.
All right.
So that's the soundtrack. Now, Leah, I don't know how you pronounce her name. She's passed away so many years ago, was supposed to be on the soundtrack.
Yep, she was supposed to do a duet with Jonathan Davis.
But she passed away before that could be done.
Yep, she got killed in a plane crash on August 25th of 2001, like 6 months before the movie was released.
I think it was.
And her voice, some of her voice stuff they hadn't got yet. So they got her brother. I guess her brother sounded a lot like her. So he dubbed over her voice tracks for some of the scenes. So that's
Well, they have her voice all distorted in it, so you wouldn't really know.
I think that's why they did that, because half of it is her brother doing it. Because I guess he talked really close to the way she did.
Well, I don't think they used her well in the movie. I thought she should have been in it more, but again, this should have been 2 movies.
Exactly.
And the whole story of the Queen is never really told in the movie. It's just sort of thrown in there.
Yeah. Well, she didn't actually even she was the main star of the movie, and she didn't even make an appearance until 54 minutes into the movie.
That's true.
And then she
now, on
only
the
had
Blu-ray, they actually put Stuart Townsend's name before hers. I don't know why, but I mean, he was the star of the movie, honestly.
And she only had 35 minutes of screen time in the whole movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's a little trivia for you there.
This movie's rated R due to vampire violence.
Vampire violence.
I know all about the vampire violence.
That's some neck ripping.
But yeah, Leah was really good in that role, and it's a tragedy that she passed away. I don't think she had.
Too.
She would have become huge, I think. I mean, I'm sure she was already, I wasn't not into R&B, but I think she would have become a generational star if she hadn't have passed away so early in life. And she may have become a huge movie star. Yeah.
Awesome voice.
So sad note that, she was lost, and it put a dark aura over the movie. Creepy aura, obviously, sort of.
Exactly, yeah.
Not like The Crow, because she didn't die on the set of the movie, but sort of similar to it.
Exactly.
So,
let's see here.
Got next, Mr. Bubba Brett.
Guess we can go over a couple of little trivia tidbits before we get out of here.
Yeah, we've talked a long time tonight, so we might need to.
Yeah, we have. We got
forward it up.
We got a Zoom call to do here soon.
Yeah, you do.
All right. Aaliyah couldn't stand the taste of the fake blood. So they used cherry juice.
That's funny. I might have to try that.
The concert scenes that were set in Death Valley, California, were actually filmed in a town called Werribee, Australia. All right. Josh Hartnett, Heath Ledger, and Wes Bentley were all considered to replace Tom Cruise's Lestat.
Wow, Heath Ledger would have been fucking cool.
I think that would have been awesome, dude. I don't know about Josh Hartnett, or who the fuck is Wes Bentley? I don't know who that is.
I have no idea, but he would have been a good Lestat. Not Josh Hartley, but
Heath Ledger, yeah.
Heath Ledger would have been great in the role. Although Stuart Townsend did an excellent job. He may not have looked the role in the novel, but he looked better than Tom Cruise did as Lestat.
I thought he did a hell of a job.
He did a great job. I think. Now, I have not watched the new series on AMC. I watched the first 30 minutes of it, and it sort of tripped me out because it's totally different. But I'm going to go back and watch that as soon as I get a chance.
Series on it?
Yes, it's on AMC. It came on after The Walking Dead. New series.
What's it called?
Interview the Vampire.
Really? I'll check that out.
I guess Anne Rice had this set up before she passed away, and it's very true to the novels. Let's just say that Lestat is not a heterosexual in this one. He's what he was in the novel, which is what most vampires would be. They don't really care if you're a boy or a girl.
Yeah, they're
So
like
Lestette's portrayed more realistic in this one.
okay.
But I haven't got to watch it all yet. But I don't know how good the guy plays as Lestat. The guy that got playing Louis is fucking awesome.
All right.
So there's something that we need to look at in the future is to watch the TV show and maybe do a review on it.
Yeah, I'm definitely up for that.
Okay.
I'll have to binge
After
that
your
shit.
trivia, then we're gonna wrap this up because we've talked a long time tonight.
Yes, we have. Halle Berry, Jada Pinkett Smith, Rosario Dawson, and Vivica A. Fox and Vanessa Williams were all asked to do the Queen Acacia.
Well, they got the right role.
Yeah,
the
they
right
did.
person for the role.
She
was
did
awesome.
an awesome job, man.
She was beautiful. She was
Yeah.
awesome. And like I said, I think she would have become a huge actress if she hadn't have passed
too.
away. Just like Brandon Lee. I think Brandon Lee was on the cusp of stardom when he died.
Exactly. Why they always take the good ones, man?
Always tragic, too.
Yeah, it is. Anne Rice stated that she really liked what's his name as being Lestat and actually
Stuart
met
Townsend.
with him. Yeah. She met with him and she told him to go to a certain page of the novel Queen of the Dead and it said where is that? What is it? What did it say? I'm trying to think, trying to find it here.
Uh-oh. Bubba brought dead silence to the show.
Dead silence. Oh no.
That's only the second time this has ever happened.
Oh, okay. She showed him the book, The Witching Hour, which was her next book, and told him to turn to a certain page number where it said the life of Stuart Townsend. And he was flattered and said, "Thank you for writing me into your new book." And then she told him that she had written it 11 years prior.
Oh, wow.
That's a trip, ain't it?
Yeah. He did a great job, and I don't think he got credit for it.
Such a good looking guy, you know.
I think you're crushing on him.
Sort of am, man.
Yeah.
For a good vampire.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he did a good job, man.
The voice was good. I mean, yeah, that guy. Now this movie, I don't know how much more trivia you got, but this movie was panned by the critics. It didn't make its box office.
Yep.
But honestly, I've never met anybody who doesn't like this movie. Everybody I know, we were talking about it at work today, and then my buddy Paul's like, "Yeah, I like that movie." He said, "But the only thing is, I don't know what the fuck was going on in that movie, but I really liked the movie." And that's part of the problem.
They mixed
I don't
it
think
too
anybody
much.
knows what's really going on in the movie.
They mixed it too much for the two novels, I think.
We got Lestat as a rock star running around, and then all of a sudden the Queen shows up at the concert, I think it was, and there's a bunch of vampires fighting, but what the fuck is going on?
Exactly.
It's totally the plot is just there's no plot.
They tried to mix the two plots together too much, I think.
But my honest opinion, I don't really care that I don't know what's going on because I enjoy this movie.
Yeah, I do too.
I like it better than Interview with the Vampire. That movie to me is slow and boring.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, Tom Cruise disappears halfway through it and ain't even seen again.
What's her name in it was the best part. The little girl.
Yeah.
She was the best part.
I
in that
thought
whole
Brad
movie.
Pitt did a good job.
Yeah, he did too. Them two.
He does a good job in everything.
Yeah, Tom Cruise was sort of
he was miscast.
Milksop.
I don't guess he was terrible, but
yeah, it could have been.
But I
better
do
if they
like
had...
Queen of the Damned. The plot is there is no plot. There is no storyline except the redheaded girls running around trying to figure out who Lestat is, and Lestat's got his band and pisses the vampires off, and they all fight. So it's a very plotless movie, but it's a lot of fun.
And then he awakens the Queen of the Damned, and that's it.
And yeah.
They end up killing her.
Well, don't give that away. You just ruined it. I'm sure anybody that listens to this show has probably seen Queen of the Damned. If you haven't,
Watch it.
Watch it.
For sure.
Again, it's very plotless, but it's a lot of fun. The Blu-ray, like I said, has the videos with Jonathan Davis actually singing the songs from the movie. There's some additional scenes, and there's some good documentaries. One about Malaya, and kind of a tribute to her.
Such
It's
a
shame
beautiful girl.
it's a shame what happened to her. She would, like I said, I think she would have been huge. She already was huge, but I think far as Hollywood, she would have become a big actress and very well known.
I think so too.
But that's sort of my synopsis of Queen of the Damned. It's a very
Synopsis.
movie.
Oh no.
What?
A synopsis.
What?
What's that?
What is that? No, you said some fucked up word the other night, and that wasn't even on a real show. We did a fake show the other night, and we don't even remember it. It's a very confused movie that got rushed, but it's still done well. The music is good. The acting is pretty darn good, for me at least. For a vampire movie, it's not bad. A lot of blood. That's sort of my take on Queen of the Damned. It's a confused movie, but it works.
All right, Carl. What do you rate it, man?
I gotta give this movie a 4. It's one of my favorite vampire movies. Honestly, I like it better than Interview with the Vampire. But now, full disclosure, I'm not a huge Anne Rice fan. Those novels I find very boring to read. So that's just me. I mean, like Stephen King. Some
movies were better than the books.
Most people are going to argue with us that is far from true. Yeah. I think the movie this should have been made in 3 parts. They should have done Interview with the Vampire, the rock star vampire Lestat, and then done Queen of the Damned. They fucked the pooch on that, but I still think I give it a 4. Stuart Townsend is fucking brilliant as Lestat. Alea was great in the few little parts she was in it. Vincent Perez was also good. He played that role to a T. I think he played that role to the novel to a T. It's flawed. It was rushed, and it could have been a lot better. Yep. It could have been a 5, but it does have its plot issues.
Yeah.
There is no plot. That's the issue.
Well, the plot
the
that
acting
there
is brilliant.
The
music
plot that there
great.
is all over the place, sort of, in a way. But I'm giving it a 4 too.
No, we've never gave anything a 4 that I know of together.
I just for the soundtrack, if anything else,
Jonathan Davis was a genius on this soundtrack.
Yeah, it's one of the
shame he was not able to perform the soundtrack. I don't know why he hadn't gone back and done it. I'm sure at this point of his life,
I'm sure his contracts.
It's an afterthought.
For sure. But yeah, I give it a 4, man. I love this movie.
I do too.
I enjoyed it last night again when I rewatched it.
It's not boring. It's full of action. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't boggle down.
Yep.
And again, it does not follow the novels. And again, I'm not that big a fan of the novels, and I'm just not. I'm sure if Beth is listening, she'd be like, "What the hell you mean?" I just didn't care for Anne Rice's stuff. I mean, she changed the vampire genre for the better in many ways.
Yeah.
But those novels are hard for me to read. The first novel I did, the second one, I don't think I ever finished Queen of the Damned. And the Mayfair Witches and all that, I'd lost interest. So your homework is we're gonna have to watch the TV series Interview with the Vampire.
All right.
2023.
Yeah, I'll do that for sure,
We'll
man.
do that in January.
Okay. All right. Well, you got anything else for the Queen of the
No, we're
Damned,
over
Carl?
time now. We're going over way
Yeah, I
over an
think
hour
we're
here.
almost fucking 2 hours here, man.
Yeah,
For our
we should
break.
We should have. Well, you did take a break. And we did talk about other stuff, so this is sort of a multi-episode. But we haven't done a long episode in a while, so
All right.
you got a little bit. You got an extra bonus episode out of this one, folks. Don't choke to death. Jeez,
Damn.
Brett's killing off over here. Give me the passwords of the shit before you die.
I gotta text you the password, dude.
One of these days, I'm gonna come on and say, "Sorry, folks, I'm the host now." Unless I kill off first.
All right, everybody.
I
Check
could
us
kill
out on
off
the
first.
social medias.
What if I do kill off first? Then what are you gonna do?
Dude, that the chances of that happening are fucking nil.
I could get shot.
Let's hope neither of us are gone. We want to do this for 10 more years.
No. 10 more episodes and I'm retiring.
10 more episodes. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Check us out
We're
on the
giving
YouTube,
social media out. I fucked you up.
social medias, YouTube. Buy some merch. Buy us a cup of coffee.
Who bought the Karabi shirt?
I don't know. Nobody's answered me, man. So
It wasn't me. I don't like the Karabi shirts. Count Karabi does not recommend buying the Count Karabi shirt.
shut up.
I do not recommend it. They look like gunk on the shirt.
All right, everybody.
It's the way they're designed. They don't really mesh with the shirt as well as the podcast logo. It's a great logo. It just doesn't go on a shirt very well.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Don't buy the shirt.
Stay evil, everybody.
Don't buy the shirt.